Oh, I don't believe we got to talk about this. I don't believe we got to talk about this, but I guess we got to. What's going on, Warriors? It's your boy Lionheart. I'm back, feeling good, man. I hope you guys are feeling good too. Yeah, man. Let's talk about Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 5, and this whole microtransactions thing that everybody is pissed at Capcom about. Yeah. So let's look at the timeline for Devil May Cry. They announced Devil May Cry at E3. Massive, huge, positive response. Everybody's loving it. Everything leading up to the Subhuman music video, basically, for Devil May Cry, that was the first bump in the road. Yeah, where they just released an absolute garbage song that was no way or form should ever have been associated with Dante, and now it will not. I'm happy. Yeah. But if I'm being fair, the actual instrumental wasn't that bad, actually. I could deal with it. And I feel like I could have got used to it. Well, at the moment, I don't think so. But I know once I associate something with Dante, I would start to like it. So I feel maybe I could have liked that tune if it was just the instrumental. Okay. Now, but after that, then they released a Devil May Cry trailer with Dante and some gameplay. 50 minutes of gameplay and a lot of gameplay with Dante fighting against Cavalier Angelo, a boss in the game. Incredible fights. I saw a lot of Dante's weapons. Balrog, Cavalier, the Sparda Sword, the Rebellion, Balrog. Oh no, I said Balrog already. You got to see his weapons. You got to see him talk, interact, go through the cities. He talks while he's going through the cities. Incredible stuff. They revived themselves. Then a revelation came out that Devil May Cry is not only going to have multiplayer, but I hope multiplayer is going to be at least Trish and Lady, and then the obvious three, which is Dante, Nero, and V. Then there was a thing that was revealed that Devil May Cry will have microtransactions. Now, for me, I hate microtransactions. But microtransactions is something that has always been in Devil May Cry. Well, not always been in Devil May Cry, but it's been in Devil May Cry 4, a special edition. And it is in a lot of games, yeah? Now, let's talk about some games that microtransactions is in. It's in Persona 5. Persona 5 has actually got microtransactions. It is in Tales of Berseria. It is in FIFA. It is in Destiny. It is in GTA. It's in Fortnite. It's in Assassin's Creed. It's in Injustice 2. It's in Rainbow Six. Do I need to go on? It's probably going to be in Last of Us 2 as well, right? Now, let's look at those games. Why aren't people making noise about microtransactions in Assassin's Creed? In GTA? In Overwatch? What about those games? Those games have got skullduggery microtransactions. Absolute bullshit skullduggery. Devil May Cry, let's talk about the microtransactions in Devil May Cry V. We know what they're going to be. Red orbs. What does red orbs do? Allow you to buy healing items. Healing items. You know, I'm not claiming to be the best Devil May Cry player. I'm not even claiming to be a good Devil May Cry player. I love Devil May Cry and I've played it for years. And over that time of playing the game for years, I've acquired a certain skill set. A unique skill set that only somebody that can play a game for years can acquire. Okay. But if I remember back to when I started playing Devil May Cry in my whole life. Sorry. I have never used an item in my life. Even when I very first started playing Devil May Cry, I've never used an item. Why would I ever use a healing item in Devil May Cry? The whole idea of Devil May Cry is to get so good at the game that you don't get hit. You learn the audio cues, you learn the visual cues, you understand the boss's patterns, you understand the enemy's patterns. You know how to move through the game, you know how to navigate. Then everything becomes second nature. You basically can go through a stage easily without getting hit. It gets to a point, whereas when you're a Devil May Cry player, purist, elite, high level, whatever, when you get hit, you just want to restart the chapter and start from the beginning again. It feels like that. That game pushes you to become better. And when you hit a wall that you feel you can't get any better, you keep playing and playing, and then before you realize it, you've reached a new plateau of skill that you didn't even realize you had. Like, basically, you're getting bust up by a boss, you go to bed, you wake up the next day, and all that data has sunk into your brain. And then all of a sudden, you're able to smash a boss, smash an enemy, get through a stage that you were struggling on last night. Because you've acquired all the data, it's just that your brain hasn't had time to absorb the data and process it. Once it does, you become next levels. And you're like, wow, I've actually leveled up. And it's an incredible feeling to feel that. Devil May Cry is a game that bestows that upon you. Through arduous playing, through long time and investment in that game. Now, red orbs, let me tell you something, okay? You will get red orbs in no time, because you'll be too busy practicing the game to actually even notice the red orbs. To be honest with you, you won't even want to use all those crazy moves, because you're just trying to master the system in the beginning. You're trying to enjoy the game and the system of the game. You're not actually even trying to go for what is all Dante's moves. You don't care about that yet. All you care about is learning the game, learning the enemies, and just being amazed by what you're seeing. Then, when it comes time for you to get the moves, because you've already you understand the system and you know what you're doing now, that's when you start going for moves. At that point, you're already going to have a lot of items. You're never going to buy items for healing, because you're never going to go to the healing menu. I don't even know where the items are. No, I do know that there's a star. I remember talking Devil May Cry 1. Because last time I ever looked at a Devil May Cry menu was in Devil May Cry 1. Like, over 15 years ago. Right? And I remember there was like a devil star, a healing star or something like that, and a gold star or something like that. But the other ones, Devil May Cry 2. Yeah, I played Devil May Cry 2. Didn't like it, but I still played it. Devil May Cry 3. I can't even imagine where that menu is. I've barely even looked at the menus. I just do the gameplay, which is quite embarrassing for someone that calls himself a Devil May Cry player. But basically, the items, you're never going to use an item to refill your devil bar. Think about it now. Why are you ever going to use that? You're never going to use that, because you're going to be too busy playing the game to go into the menu to fill your devil bar. You're never going to use it. The red orbs is useless. By the time you want to get more of Dante's moves, that is the point where you've already learned the game to a certain degree, where you are skillful. At that point, you're already going to have items. So red orbs is bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. Now, to say you want to get all the moves immediately, who's going to want to do that? Nobody's going to want to do that, man. You know what I mean? And even if, that's not the way. The game does not condition you that way. The game conditions you. It's reward. Skill, getting better is actually the reward of playing Devil May Cry. It's actually not the moves. The moves are a plus bonus to express yourself. That's the reason you can go from Royal Guard, Trickster, Swordmaster, Gunslinger. And there's probably going to be a Dark Knight mode, I hope, right? And there's all that type of stuff that you go through really quickly. What else is there probably going to be? Super Dante, Super Nero, Super V. Where basically you get like infinite devil trigger. Infinite Devil Trigger. So you can be in devil form infinitely and get all your life back. Although, I do remember when you're Super Dante, in like the recent Devil May Cries, you don't actually get your Devil Bar back since Devil May Cry 3 because you're already super powerful. So it's just that you're super powerful and you've got infinite Devil Trigger, right? So you probably will get that. Infinite Super Dante. Who cares? Who cares about Super Dante? Why would you want to have unlimited devil power? It's stupid. It's boring. It kills the hype of the game. You're never going to want to do it. You're never going to want to do it. And then the thing is, okay, so there is the prospect of they make a certain point of the game harder, basically because you need to have a certain move to get past a certain point. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to grind, man. Because the combat in Devil May Cry is so fun, you don't actually mind grinding. And in the history of me playing Devil May Cry, I've never experienced that. Where they've made a bit so difficult that you need to buy items in order to get past that bit. It just doesn't happen. They're never going to do that. It's stupid. They've never ever done that. Why would they start doing that now once the game is so hype? To the point where they've actually made the game easier to play. When you look at Devil May Cry, when they had the at packs, they had the ranking system at the end of the game, and they played with Nero. It looked like it was pretty normal how to get S rank in Devil May Cry. Now, I saw a video for Devil May Cry in which the community manager of Capcom in the UK was playing the game. And he got hit an unlimited amount of times. More times than somebody that has had exclusive access to the game should have been getting hit. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is, he got hit a lot. He didn't maintain S rank much. And he was clearly playing it in normal mode. A mode which I'm not familiar with. Yeah. And I don't mean to sound like an elitist. It makes me sick. But I'll be very honest with you. I will play Devil May Cry in hard mode. Or I'll play it in Dante Must Die mode the second it's available. The absolute second it's available, I'll put it on that mode. I don't like normal mode. I definitely don't care about easy automatic. I don't really like to touch normal mode. If it's avoidable, I'll avoid normal and I'll go straight to hard. He got an S rank at the beginning, which automatically says to me, he's made the ranking system very, very lenient because people were complaining about it. So the fact of the matter is, I believe items, special moves are not actually going to cost that much. They might cost a lot, but they ain't going to cost too much where it's going to be out of your normal grind through story mode to get it. No one's just going to hold forward and just mash buttons and try to go straight to the ending. No one's going to really do that. You want to enjoy the game. You want to enjoy the battles. You see that thing, you want to go cut it. There's things that says you have to get an S rank. Like there's these special statues where you have to attack them. And you can only get a certain crystal which gives you a quarter of a crystal to get your devil trigger. Which basically means you need to destroy 4 crystals in order to get 1 full crystal to give you 1 devil bar gauge. Or increase your life bar by a little bit. Okay. So you're going to want to do those. This is Devil May Cry. I mean, what else game are we playing here other than Devil May Cry? I don't understand. This is not an easy mode game. This is not a masher's game. Devil May Cry has never been a masher's game. I mean, there is easy automatic, yeah? And I'll be honest with you, easy automatic is phenomenal, yeah? I've never touched easy automatic myself personally, but I have seen my friend play at his house Devil May Cry 4 easy automatic, and I could not believe what I was seeing. Easy automatically makes you look like an absolute G at Devil May Cry. It's absolutely amazing what that mode does for you, right? But it's not fun. It's not fun at all. And so that, one of the main importance of Devil May Cry is growth. Growth and just enjoying the visual, the combat, the story, the world, the lore, the sheer arrogance and disrespect that Dante displays to mythical, legendary, epic, rare, frightening, horrifying beasts, devils and demons and lords. He got no respect, no response for those guys. Watching that is godlike. And he's a human. Well, half human, you know. So basically, the 50% of him is 100% us, if that makes any sense, right? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I can understand why people are upset of the prospect of microtransactions, but the reality is, what's it get for you? Items. Who uses items in Devil May Cry? Well, not that I've talked to many people, you know what I mean, about items. I've never actually thought about items, if I'm being absolutely honest with you. So, I'm actually thinking about it as I'm talking about it. But, who uses items? Why would you ever use items in Devil May Cry? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I can't see why you'd use items. Healing items? The only thing you're ever going to use the orbs for is to buy moves. And once you bought the moves, you're easily going to, like, the thing is with me, in Devil May Cry 1, I got all the moves, basically, by Chapter 2. Basically. Because I just stayed in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. I call it the training room, the lab. And I just grinded out that stage. Just to learn the game. And then before I realised it, I had enough orbs to buy some crazy shit. Devil May Cry 2. That one as well. I learned all the special moves by Chapter... I think it was Chapter 6. Because I didn't really enjoy the game. Devil May Cry 3 was the lab. Devil May Cry 1, I can't remember the first chapter of Devil May Cry 1. Oh yeah, when you enter Malay Island. Yeah, I pretty much got every single, as many items, as many skills for Alistor as possible before you fought Griffin. Before you fought Griffin, I had all the available moves. Every single one of them. And then I had more than enough items, more than enough red orbs to buy Ifrit as well, once I got Ifrit. And the same thing with Devil May Cry 3, the same thing with Devil May Cry 4. I got all the abilities way early, a little bit too early. So it's not that big a deal, man. It's not that big a deal. Devil May Cry is not a game where they can make it so difficult you can't get past it. Because you've always got the ability, you've always got the skills to get past a certain boss or a certain enemy or a certain gauntlet. You're always going to have the abilities available to you. It's just going to be a lot easier if you're less skilled and then you get hit having more life. Or having access to your devil trigger to get your life back and do that additional damage. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the way people are so mad at Capcom for these microtransactions that I don't think are going to be that impactful. I mean, if anything, it's disrespectful. Because basically what they're saying is they're going to try to baby everybody. They're trying to baby people by reducing S rank. Making S rank really easy to get. That's number one. And then number two, microtransactions. To give you a little bit of help. So that you can have red orbs. That you can go get yourself some healing items. And some devil trigger. There you go. It's not going to be game changing. No way. No way, man. It's not a multiplayer game. Well, I don't know how the multiplayer is going to work. But I reckon it's co-op. I believe the multiplayer is going to be Bloody Palace, which is going to be godlike because it was in Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo Wii. Oh yeah, and it's on the Switch. It's on the Switch, sorry. I've got it on the Switch. Right, where you can do multiplayer and it is excellent. Right, so, I don't know, man. We've got to see. But I just don't like the fact that people are getting so mad at Capcom for, and they're getting so mad at Capcom basically for this, for the microtransactions things, which isn't even game breaking. It's not like that the microtransactions is going to break the game. Like it's going to make it so if I don't buy the game, I'm not going to be able to do anything. It's not even that, you know. Believe in Capcom. You know, we're not going to have nice things if the very second they start doing something, everybody gets mad at them and says, oh, we're going to boycott the game. We're not going to play the game. What? Because they're giving you access to red orbs. That's going to be useless to people like me and you guys as well. It's not just useless. It's not even irrelevant. It's like people complaining about the one button combo in Tekken. Disable it. Don't use it. Disable it. And if somebody in Tekken uses the auto combo on you, then you know that that person is no good. And you're going to run through them like a freight train. Because those easy combos don't do any damage. And that means that the cursor can't do combos, which means their skill level is really low. Already, they're done. Same thing with Dragon Ball. Everyone say Dragon Ball one-hit combos is going to be the death of Dragon Ball. I mean, auto combos are still quite good in Dragon Ball in select situations, but the auto combo is useless. You ain't going to get any damage. You have to hit them like about 20 times with an auto combo in order to get any damage whatsoever. It's useless. Nobody does auto combos in Dragon Ball. Same thing like Marvel vs. Capcom. People are pissed saying, oh, Marvel vs. Capcom's got one button combos. It's got easy mode combos. Those easy mode combos don't do any damage. They're useless. They're pointless. You know, and it's going to be the same thing in this Devil May Cry. It's not going to impact you or me because you guys want to get better. You guys want to enjoy the game. So you're going to play the game and you're going to grind it. And it doesn't take that much grinding to get a lot of orbs. And you're going to get it before you realise it because you're enjoying the game so much. I wish Capcom would just show the people what microtransactions are in the game. I mean, it's damn obvious to me. It's hella obvious to me what microtransactions are going to be in the game. As I said, it's going to be red orbs to get healing items. It's going to be blue crystals, basically to increase your devil bar. No, I think it's purple ones to increase your devil bar, and blue ones to increase your life bar. Yeah, it's probably going to be that stuff and some alternate costumes. That's it. And alternate costumes is DLC. It's not even microtransactions. It's what impacts the gameplay, right? So it's going to be healing items and devil trigger regeneration, aka red orbs, and then it's going to be maybe life bars, right? Like, you know, continues comes under the banner of red crystals. Even that continues. Who uses continues in Devil May Cry? Nobody uses continues in Devil May Cry. Like the thing where it gives you the rebirth. Nobody uses it. Nobody. The only time I've ever used a continue in Devil May Cry, I remember it like it was yesterday, is when I played Nightmare in Devil May Cry mode. That motherfucker pissed me right off. In Devil May Cry 1, in Dante Must Die mode, that guy, Nightmare, was a menace. He was the only one that made me use... No, him and Mundus. Those are the two bosses that made me use my Devil Trigger. In the whole of Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 1. But after I got good at the game, never again. Right? So, I don't know, man. Look, man. If you want nice things, don't do this. Don't do this. Because you're basically in doing that, you're basically showing Capcom that we're ungrateful. You know, they've given us Devil May Cry, man. We've supported it to this juncture. Why sabotage it now? Why go in on Capcom now like this? After we've come this far? Come on, man. Alright. I want to hear what you guys think about Devil May Cry. What do you think about this microtransactions? I don't think it's a big deal, man. Honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, it is what it is, right? You know, if you play Devil May Cry, you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, then basically ask somebody. I'm here. I'm explaining it to you. You know, anybody that tries to talk shit about the game, that tries to go on like they're knowledgeable, don't know shit. And the reason I say that is for a very, very, very simple reason. People should know what's up. People should understand. I'm watching Soul Calibur. It's pretty good, actually. Watching some Ivy player, in it. Sorry, where am I? Yes. So, people that do know should educate those that don't know. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And it's only those that don't know that are trying to educate people negatively just to get a reaction. Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. Man. You know what I mean? Those are the people that just want chaos and they want to bring basically a negative spin to something that is beautiful. We're getting fucking Devil May Cry 5, man. We're getting Dante back, the legendary demon hunter. And they're basically getting rid of Dante, the donkey hunter. Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Let's not do this. So yeah, Warriors, I don't know what you guys think about this microtransactions thing. That's my thing to you guys. In summary, microtransactions, not that big of a deal. Because if you think about what they are there for, it's not something that you or me are going to use. We're just not going to use that shit. So, I'm not scared. You guys shouldn't be scared either. Just do it. You know? So, yeah, man. That's all I really wanted to say about that. You know, I mean, there's always going to be a counter-argument to what I'm saying. This is the future. Basically, we're basically telling them it's okay to put microtransactions because then they're going to keep on doing it. It's going to get worse and worse in the future. It may be. It may be. But there's nothing we can do about it. If we want to get this kind of thing again, this is what we're going to have to do. They know we don't like it. But what they're doing is they're catering to people that are not that great. The casual audience, which is going to be the bulk of the sales and support for this game. People like me are not going to be able to support the game on our own, man. You know, only thing I can do is buy a collector's edition. You know, and if I enjoy the game, which I believe I will, is spread the word. That's all I can do. So, Warriors, as I said, I wonder what you guys think. Comment section is below. Very interesting what you guys say, and yeah, let's talk about it. Alright, Warriors, to my next video, stay blessed, take care, and be great. Later.